Hello everyone, welcome. In previous lessons, we've spent a lot of time working with what we call regular verbs in the present tense in Spanish. In this lesson, we are going to work with an irregular verb. It happens to be a very important irregular verb in that it's a verb that we use very often all the time. It's one of the most frequently used verbs in the language, so it's very important to know. So as an irregular verb, you cannot use the regular verb endings. Remember, to add the endings, you have to remove the IR from the infinitive for IR verbs, and then you just use the ending. Well, with the verb ir, think about it. If you remove the IR, you have nothing. There is no root because the whole verb is IR, ir. What this means is you just have to memorize the verb through practice. You have to memorize the forms. So let's go ahead and look at the different forms. If you want to say I go, I do go, or I am going, the form is voy, yo voy. You go, you do go, you are going. Tú vas. And remember, this is the informal you, tú vas. We have yo voy, I go, tú vas, you go. Usted va. This is the formal you. Usted va, you go. He goes. Él va. And she goes. Ella va. We go, nosotros or nosotras, vamos. You go, this is the vosotros from Spain, the plural informal you. Vosotros vais. You go, the plural you. Ustedes van. And finally, they go. Ellos or ellas van. So we have voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. Something very interesting and important to note is the pronunciation of the letter V actually has two sounds in Spanish. Many Spanish speakers may not be consciously aware of this, but they pronounce it in two ways. If it's the initial sound, or if there's a pause and it's the sound after a pause, it's pronounced a lot like the English B. So for example, this here, if you want to say I go, you might hear some Spanish speakers say boy, boy, boy. It sounds a lot like the English word boy, B-O-Y. It's a little bit softer, boy, boy, boy. So again, if it's the initial sound, you'll hear it closer to an English B. So boy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. However, when it's within the flow of a sentence, it's a little bit softer even than the B. So for example, if I go over here, if I were to just say the voy by itself, I would say boy, boy. But if I say yo voy, it's a little bit softer. Yo voy. Notice yo voy, boy. Yo voy, boy. If you pay careful attention to native Spanish speakers, you'll notice that many of them do this. Okay, so that's a note about pronunciation. So again, here are our forms. Here we have some common destinations that we use with the verb ir. In other words, we go home, we go to the school, we go to the store, we go to the supermarket or to the bank. So home would be a casa, to the school, a la escuela, to the store, a la tienda, to the supermarket, al supermercado, to the bank, al banco. Notice here that A and el contract to al. So instead of saying a el supermercado, we simply say al supermercado. The same thing with bank. Instead of saying a el banco, we say al banco. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this together. Let's make up some random examples here. If I want to say I go home, I would say voy a casa. I go to the school, voy a la escuela. I go to the store, voy a la tienda. I go to the supermarket, voy al supermercado. I go to the bank, voy al banco. A few examples with we go, vamos, vamos a casa, we go home. Vamos a la escuela, we go to the school. Vamos a la tienda, we go to the store. Vamos al supermercado, we go to the supermarket. Vamos al banco, we go to the bank. If I want to say they go, it would be van. So they go home, van a casa. They go to the school, van a la escuela. They go to the store. Van a la tienda. They go to the supermarket. Van al supermercado. And finally, they go to the bank. Van al banco. All right, that's it for this lesson. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, I would appreciate it very much if you'd give it a like. To continue learning Spanish and go on to the next lesson, click on the video that appears here on your screen. See you soon. Hasta pronto.